Hey guys, welcome back to Basecamp. So as you can see here, I'm sitting on a zero-turn mower. It's a Troy-Bilt Mustang XP 50-inch deck. It was given to me by my father. He recently bought a new one and upgraded, and had this one sitting at my parents' house out in the weather. And so I asked him what he was planning on doing with it, and he asked me if I want it, and I said absolutely. And so he gave it to me. It needs some work to get it going. It runs great. It starts up pretty easily. You know, it sat over at their place for a while without being started, and so the battery was dead. So we put a charger on it, charged the battery for a couple hours till it was full, and then had to use a can of starter fluid or starter spray to spray in the air cleaner or the air filter to get it going. But once we got it going and let it run for a few minutes, it ran great, and it runs great. I brought it over here a couple of weeks ago, and I'm gonna plan on trying to fix it up a little bit and get it going. So let me show you what I need to do to it. Okay, so overall, with the age of this mower, you know, it's a 2013, so it's 11 years old, and my dad used it. So it's had some work put through it, but some of the simple things, this tire obviously doesn't hold air real well, so I don't know if I'm going to either try to get a can of Fix-A-Flat and put it in it and see if it'll plug it up, or if I'll end up having to replace that tire or what. But it does hold air a little bit, so I just filled it up so I can move it up here, and I'll have to figure out what to do about that tire. The body of the thing, the frame, everything is in pretty good shape. There's not a lot of rust. There's a little dent here in the back. I'm not sure what happened there. Dad must have ran it into something. But it runs good. Everything on it seems to work like it's supposed to. The battery does charge when it runs, so that's good. There's a bunch of dirt and leaves and stuff down in there that I'm gonna clean up, get out of there. I don't want it to sit down there and collect moisture and rust out the bottom. The biggest issue, and the reason my dad ended up buying a new one, is the deck is in kind of rough shape. As you can see, it's rusting out down here, and this, can't think of what they're called, spindle, the pulley spindle is starting to separate from the deck right here where it's rusted out, and then over here it's twisting the whole spindle up. So because of that, it was throwing belts and kept having to replace the belt on the mower deck that operates the blades. So my goal is I'm going to remove this deck, get out the angle grinder with a wire wheel, try to clean up as much of this rust as I can, the surface rust, and then see if I can't patch this with some additional metal, the welder, and see if I can't get it on there straighter. And if that works out, then I'll probably move on to seeing about replacing the blades. I don't know how long it's been since he, if ever, that he's replaced the blades on this, so it could probably use new blades. But when I have once I have the deck off, I'll you know, flip it over upside down, take a good look at the blades, and if I feel like they need to be replaced, then I'll go ahead and do that. Probably go ahead and order some, just so I'll have them here for the future. And then again, try to clean up some of this surface rust off of the deck. Probably the underside's probably pretty rusty, so I'll probably go at it with a wire wheel and then put a good coat of paint on it, maybe some rust preventative paint over the top of it, try to make it last a few more years, and see if I can't use it to, you know, get some of this tall stuff out here knocked down, because it would take me probably a week with a weed eater go through and knock all this down. And then along the edge of my driveway on both sides, you know, there's stuff growing up that I could easily knock down with a mower if I can get this one up and going. So that's my plan for this video. It probably not gonna all be today. We'll get it up and running. Anyway, stick around. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. And leave me a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are on this mower, the work I'm doing on it, whether or not you think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And then share the video. Help my channel grow. Oh, one other thought. If something happens that I can't fix this deck and get this spindle on there properly and get it cleaned up to where it's operational, I did find a website that sells replacement parts. The Troy-Bilt has discontinued this deck and most of the parts for it, so you can't get them from Troy-Bilt. But I did find another online retailer that does have parts for these in stock, and I can get a brand new deck. Of course, it would just be the stamped deck and not all the parts and pieces that are on it, so I would have to swap them over from this one or get new ones, new spindles, new everything. But they have that mower deck for about $850. I'm not sure if it would be worth spending that much money on this mower. I think it kind of would be, just because the sheer fact that buying a motor or a mower of this equivalent that's functional, I've looked, and you can't find them for cheaper than, you know, used in this age range for less than about $1,500 to $2,000. And if I wanted to go buy a brand new zero-turn mower, you're talking $3,000 to $5,000 for one of this, you know, price range or equivalents. So I think because of the strength of the motor and the fact that everything else on it operates good, I think $850 for a new deck on this wouldn't be too bad. So it'd be a lot cheaper than going to buy another one. So that's something to consider if I can't fix this deck.